Okay, let me start off by saying that I think weight is a touchy subject, and I think that weight is a matter of opinion, to each their own. Because I've seen people that are at my weight and they look absolutely stunning because they look fit. And I think it has to do with a healthy mindset and obviously a healthy body. I'm gonna start by saying that. I'm gonna talk a little bit about why I have decided to do weight loss pills. So a little bit about me was I grew up very thin. I would literally try to gain weight because I felt like I was too skinny, couldn't gain any weight. So I obviously thought like that was always just gonna be me, and I was just always gonna be a thin person. I'll put some pictures of like my before, but actually now that I go back and I look at the pictures, I don't like how I look either. I do think maybe it was too thin. But the crazy part about those pictures to me is that I used to think I was fat in those pictures. That's why I think mental health has a lot to do with the way you look at your body. Where your mental state is at has a lot to do with the way you look at your body. And back then, I hated my body too. I hated the way I looked then. And even though I was fairly skinny, I thought I was fat. But again, I was always like, I think I was like 15 and I was like 100 pounds. I was like extremely skinny. After every pregnancy, I would still even go back to being that weight. I think the heaviest I was after my first 3 pregnancies anyways, I was actually like 135. 135 was like the heaviest after my first 3 pregnancies. After my 4th pregnancy though, like the one pregnancy I gained the most weight, that is a pregnancy that left me with the most weight. After that pregnancy, I was actually 165. And I hated it then, but obviously I needed to get on birth control because we were done having children. I got on the Depo shot. Listen when they tell you that the Depo shot makes you gain weight. So I was at 165. Within a year, I was at 175. So I had gained 10 pounds. I started trying to lose weight because I was not happy with the way I looked, and nothing. I didn't lose any weight. I was like stuck at 165. I couldn't seem to lose any weight. Would think I lost weight and I would like take pictures. I would look at the before and after and they looked the same. That was the most discouraging thing, was when I would look at the pictures and I would look exactly the same from like the previous picture. I gave up. I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, me so stressed out. It was making me very unhappy. I just gave up. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done trying. I don't care. At 175, I guess I'll just be stuck at 175 till I'm done being on the Depo shot. Well, I was mistaken. Giving up also brought a very bad eating habit of binging at night. When my kid would go to bed, it was like my favorite time to eat because I would just sit there with the TV on my bed or in the living room by myself, eating. Everything I would not eat all day, and everything I should have ate all day, I would eat at night. About 6 months ago, or a little bit less than 6 months ago, I'm not too sure honestly on the timeline, I decided to weigh myself again, and I was at 185. I just finished this Depo shot, so I did the Depo shot for 2 years. So I gained a total of 20 pounds. I'm just like very over it, very unhappy with the way I look. I don't want my weight to affect my mental health. Having children, your mental health will affect your children. So whatever I can do to make my mental health better, I want to do. So I decided that I was going to do something to get myself started. I was going to do something to kind of kick off this weight loss. And the first thing I did was get off the Depo shot. I'm no longer going to do the Depo shot. And so I also decided to go to my doctor and say that I wanted to try a weight loss pill and hopefully see some type of change in my body and in the way that I look, to be a little bit more happy about the way I look. Me and my doctor ended up deciding on me was on Phentermine. And I'm not going to say too much about it because I'm honestly not educated enough, I feel like, to speak too much about it. Or I don't have any results from it yet. So all I'm going to say about it is that it is a stimulant and it's supposed to help reduce the feeling of hunger. That is what I have decided to do. I went on Monday and I started on Tuesday. So I started yesterday. And this pill, the doctor said, obviously, it's not going to be like a magical pill that's going to make me lose a bunch of weight, but it is going to help just reduce the feeling of hunger. So then that's where obviously I have to come in use the pill wisely, right? So I'm gonna start to try to eat less calories a day. Phentermine, they do recommend not drinking a lot of caffeine. And Coke is my downfall. I love soda. I love Coke. Every time I sit down, I'm like, no, where's the Coke? Like, I can't eat if there's no Coke. It's bad. It got bad. Like, honestly, like, it got so bad one time I, like, drank a whole 12-pack. Don't say nothing. But I did. It was bad. So that is kind of why I decided to start the pill, was because I really just felt so stuck and like I wasn't seeing any type of change. If you can get a little help and your doctor okays it and you're in good health, I mean, why not? Why not get the help you can get? Phentermine is recommended to only drink it for 3 months. In these 3 months, I am going to attempt to get better eating habits, obviously. So when I'm off of it, I don't gain all the weight back, because that would be devastating. With this doctor, I have to check in every 4 weeks. And if I haven't lost 4 pounds, then I cannot get any more. That is a lot of pressure, honestly. And I hope that I'm really gonna try my hardest to try to lose weight. So if I don't lose the weight for some weird reason, then I'll know that it was not my fault and I gave it my all. Honestly, if I don't lose the weight, or at least, because you have to lose at least 4 pounds. So if I don't lose at least 4 pounds, I'm gonna really be like, no, we gotta run some tests, because what do you mean? But hopefully I do. I think the hardest part of this weight loss for me is going to stop drinking Coke and soda, because I just love it so much. Doesn't food just taste so much better with it? Like, when I'm at a restaurant, people are like, can I have a glass of water? I'm like, you're mad weird for that. But now, you know, I have to be the person that's like, oh, I'll just have a cup of water. But yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna talk about a little bit more about what I'm gonna be doing to help myself lose weight. So I already said I'm gonna cut down my calories. So I'm gonna start trying to count them, even though counting calories stresses me so much. I have to put the work in. So I'm gonna start counting my calories. I'm going to continue to try to do the 10,000 steps a day. Okay, so I'm not gonna go to the gym yet. I think going to the gym and paying for a membership is going to be one of my kind of like rewards. I feel like if I have a goal to meet and I know I'm gonna be rewarded at the end of that goal, if I meet it, it helps push me. I'm gonna consider joining a gym if I lose 4 pounds with what I have right now, which is my walking pad. But when I go work, I do honestly reach those 10,000 steps and even more. So like, for example, yesterday I went to go wash my car and I helped out with like two cars to wash. I actually did like 15,000 steps yesterday. Another thing I will be doing is remembering to drink my pill every day. I am the worst at drinking pills. That is why I actually ended up getting on the Depo shot, because I was on the pill and I would always forget to take it. And it's like, okay, girl, if you don't want kids, you have to do something. So that is why I actually got on the Depo shot. So I guess this is all my fault. It's all my fault, right? It all comes back to me not being able to drink pills. Though what I like about this pill though is that you can drink it like right in the morning. So that helps me a lot, because I can just put it like next to my bed and make sure to drink it. 4 weeks I will come back on here and I will do a little bit of a check-in, kind of see where I'm at and see if I'm going to continue to be on Phentermine or if I'm going to do something else. So hopefully I can be on the Phentermine for 3 months. According to Google, it takes 66 days to form a habit. So I have 91 days to form a habit of eating healthy, working out. I hope that in those 3 months, I think my main thing is like get the habit of eating smaller portions, of just like portion control, not eating past 7, because like I said, my biggest issue was like binge eating at night. It was like my favorite time to eat, but again, that just kind of came and bit me in the butt. Also, I'm not like recommending you to like go and start weight loss pills or anything, but I think that if you feel stuck and it's something you've thought about, of course you okayed it with your doctor and your doctor thinks that it would be okay, that it could be something you consider, because it doesn't matter what people are going to say at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, you go home, you see yourself, you're the one that has to look at yourself in the mirror every day. And if you're not happy with what you see, or it's like affecting your mental health, I think that's where I kind of want to draw the line. Honestly, like, it didn't affect me for a while because I wasn't weighing myself. I had stopped shopping for clothes for myself. I stopped wearing jeans. I didn't care enough about my appearance for it to even bother me. But of course, right, like, going on this journey of trying to better myself, get like better habits. Also, I'm almost 30. Just trying to be someone who I'm happy with by the age of 30. My weight has just really been becoming an issue with me. When it started to get to the point again where I was not wanting to look at myself or not wanting to get ready because I hate the way I look in normal clothes, like I hate the way I look in jeans, I was like, you know what, this is an issue. Especially after I saw that it was 185, and I was like, wow, like, I really let it go on 10 extra pounds and just like did nothing about it. That's why I decided kind of like, okay, enough is enough. Everybody's journey is unique. Everybody deals with it differently. At the end of the day, I know that all of these steps that I'm taking, whether they be physical or spiritual, it's for me to have best mental and physical health so I can continue to be the best mom I can for my children. And I think as a mom, a lot of people can relate to that because we are so hard on ourselves as moms. And the thing is that sometimes we're just not giving ourselves enough attention. We give all our attention to our children and our husbands that we forget about ourselves. At the end of the day, I guess it comes down to like, I have to try to be the best version of me to be the best version for them. I hope that any mom out there that feels like they are the way they are and that's just like, that's it, there's nothing they can do about it. It's honestly just like never too late to start. As long as God gives us breath in our lungs, it's not too late to better ourselves. It's not too late to learn things. It's not too late to change the things that you don't like about yourself. I'm actually about to turn 30 in December, and I feel like I keep learning things, and it's all about having an open mindset. Having the open mindset of, yes, I can change. Yes, there's always something new I can learn. Looking at other people's opinions, trying to see different people's perspectives in life, and taking from each person, from each encounter, from each opinion, from each advice, what applies to you. Because I think sometimes we get stuck in that mindset of like, oh, you know, I've been through everything, I've been through that, I know more. Like, there's nothing really you can tell me that I don't know. It's about having that open mindset and being like, you know what, there's always something new we can learn. There's always something new we can apply to our lives to better our life. Opening up my mindset has really also helped me that when someone's giving me constructive criticism, I don't get defensive right away. I try to acknowledge what they're saying and trying to look at myself and see, you know, what they mean or what they're trying to tell me, instead of like getting defensive and be like, well, like, you don't know what I'm going through. And sometimes people don't, you know. Sometimes people give unsolicited opinions, and of course you just brush those off like nothing was said. The good advice that you can get from people, take it, think on it, and maybe apply it to your life. At the end of the day, I think the most important part and the best thing we can do, it's about calling upon God and calling upon the Holy Spirit to help us and guide us each and every day of our lives. Know that asking the Holy Spirit for the strength every day to get up and do what I have to do is one of my biggest helps, because there's days where I just feel like I can't do it. There's days where I feel like I can't get out of bed and I don't want to do it all over again. Asking the Holy Spirit, please give me the strength to do the things I need to do, really does help. The Holy Spirit is there to help us. Sometimes you can't do it on your own, and I think it's okay to ask for help. I hope this wasn't too long of a chit chat, and I hope you enjoyed the makeup that came out, which I actually really love it. It's my favorite color, purple. I hope I wasn't all over the place, which I probably was, because I'm already like that. I'm like having a conversation. I'm like talking about 10 different things at once. I hope I made sense. Until next video. Bye.